Hey, I'm Kev Camelot, and welcome to the final Valentino Rossi the game episode as we are at the Monza Rally and we're doing the first super special stage at Autodromo 1 in clear weather. As here is our beast, the Ford Fiesta. Let's get going.
5, 4.
So if you forgot again, they've got to change gears with A, not B.
Go 50, hairpin left.
And that B
Left,
is
right.
the handbrake.
Into hairpin right. Into hairpin left.
Very
200.
twisty and technical in the Monza Rally, as you've probably seen, of course, before in the previous iterations. But
Left into right 3.
in the last episode, Kev Camelot did not achieve the dream.
Left 2 into right 3 plus 30.
Did not get the MotoGP title, but he's hoping to get
Left into hairpin right.
the Monza Rally, of course, and the Enduranch race to end the season. To make up a tiny bit from missing out on the title, the late charge just did not work. As what the hell? I've been reset. Just had too much work to do in the MotoGP season.
30.
As we've got. Why am I being reset? I don't understand.
Hairpin right. Into hairpin left.
Oh, going the wrong way, that's right.
Right 3 into
So
left.
I heard hairpin left. I did not hear hairpin right.
Over bump.
Well, we're not going to win the Monza Rally now, so
Left 200.
let's just have some fun.
Left.
As we're trying to reach over 100 miles per hour. We're braking going into the banking. As we've got a gearing all totally wrong.
100.
Got a line totally wrong as well. Let's talk about
Left single chicane.
Valentino Rossi the game in general, I think, in this last episode. Give it a little review.
300.
As it's a bit of a strange game in the MotoGP series of miles, and of course not being
Into right 3. Into hairpin right.
totally about MotoGP. As you can see, we've got
Hairpin left. 300.
four-wheel action in the game. What the hell? Whereas to have flat tracks, you have Yamaha
Double
R1M.
chicane.
It's very strange to see that in the MotoGP game, but it's also everything that Marston have done before, really, isn't it?
Keep left.
You have the
400.
off-road bike racing, the rally in which they did with the official WRC license, doing 4 iterations of that game,
Left. Double chicane.
with the Yamaha R1M as well, which is a bit, not quite, like the old Superbike games which they used to do as well. And then you have those like DLC, like the RC cars. RC cars in a MotoGP game. Crazy. But as I said, this game's not really about MotoGP. It's about Valentino Rossi celebrating the career of the Italian, the 20-season career
400.
at this point.
Right 2. Opens.
And I'd say
Into keep left. Single chicane. 80.
I really like what Marston did with this game. Yeah, the overall package, you may be thinking it's got some of the same issues, hasn't it?
Plus opens.
Because they had so much content in this game, they couldn't concentrate on, improving AI,
Right out. 200.
some of the sound glitches, or as you saw with Gavin Emmett in the last episode, I think it was. The episode
Left.
before that.
Single chicane.
Graphics aren't that improved. Sounds aren't great.
200.
AI are exactly the same,
Left.
but
Into right 2.
the same old issues. Again, frame rate as well. A bit dodgy at times.
In left 2. Opens long.
As we got a second time penalty now to add to our worries.
Into hairpin left. Into hairpin right opens. 200.
Just slightly right into the left. Now the right as we're going through the Lesbos and down the back straight towards the Ascari. I've taken the Lesbo in 6th gear. Very strange to do that. Get down to 5th for the second part.
Keep right. Double chicane.
So yeah, this game has the same old issues, but as I said, they improved the handling on the Moto 3 bike slightly. And just the amount of content in this game is fantastic and enormous.
Into right 5.
They had to make real events DLC because they had so much content.
300.
With all the things that Valentino Rossi does with his academy as well.
Keep left. Single chicane.
And that was a nice change, I would say, for career mode, where previous 3 seasons all about you,
500.
especially in MotoGP 15 where it's all about your team as well, building that up. It did get a bit samey, that, you know, with the, as I said, with the improvements to the bikes, you know, it got very familiar. So with MotoGP 16 to see the change, or with Valentino Rossi again to see the change as we came last, of course, to it being all about improving your rider instead, that was pretty good to see. And see, we improved our braking, even though, as in the last episode, the improvements are automatic, not really up to you. It's up to the game, unfortunately. So we are for our second attempt, our second stage. Have to do much better.
1. Go. 300.
So yeah, it's good to see career mode a bit changed, even though the seasons are all exactly the same, it seems, from next season to next season.
Hairpin right. Opens long.
So it does get a bit samey,
Into hairpin left. 50.
even after this second season, but then it's better than, let's say, normal career mode, you know.
Right 2. Into left 2. Into right 3. 50. Hairpin left.
Where, you know, it was just about, let's say, improving your bike, and then once you improved your bike, there was nothing else really to challenge you. And that's how I'm finding that now at the end of the second season with this career mode, where we improved our skills so much that we're competitive everywhere.
Keep left.
They should probably be playing on realistic to make this game a challenge now. So that guys in again into the criticism of milestone games of games being a bit, you know, easy, but I feel it's the right level for what they're aiming for, you know, kind of the mass market of these games. They're not going to be full simulation games, they're always going to be
3 plus.
aimed at a more popular, more wider audience. Like with the F1 games with Cody's, as much as you want to see that game as realistic as possible, never going to happen. So they've got a remit to fulfill, of course. Trying to sell as many copies as possible.
Double chicane.
That's not going to be possible with a sim game. But they are doing their best, Cody's, you know, finding that balance, and I think they found a good chunk of it with the F1 2016.
Keep left. 400.
I think it's Milestone have found a good chunk of it with their MotoGP games as well. Even though there's, you know, lots to improve, as I said.
Double chicane.
And hopefully they do it with the new engine on Wheel 4. It won't be with MotoGP 17, but
Keep left.
they are trying to improve some aspects of the game. Remodel some circuits, improve the sounds massively, just going for distortion. Sounds fabulous.
Single chicane.
It's going to be tough speaking over the top of it though, in races. So I'm probably going to have to change my sound settings,
Keep left.
sound levels.
400.
But yeah, if it does, it's in finally trying to ring the engine for the final time with MotoGP
Hairpin
17
left.
and see what they can do.
Into right 5 cut. In left 4. 20.
So I can't wait for MotoGP 17 to see the improvements they bring. Again, enhancing career mode, enhancing online play as well, which is something which gets a bit neglected by most. Even though they've done, I believe, a great job
Left 5 cut.
with all the different modes they can fly for
500.
online. It's just hard building a community, it feels like, in these games. It's not entirely Milestone's fault either, you know. It's up to the community as well to build itself up sometimes, and you're not really finding that in the MotoGP games. You're finding much more with F1 games, where you see so many leagues for F1 games. The passion people have for online these games is fabulous, you know, including myself, being part of a few racing leagues at the moment.
Left 4 minus 100.
And that's what MotoGP games, that's what Milestone games need as well. It's people do have passion for these games. That's why you're hearing the same old criticisms. You're hearing people being so disappointed in the same old things. It looks like most of them are finally listening to them with Ride 2, with the new engine for MXGP3, with what they're promising to bring to that game as well. With Gravel, hopefully, could be a very good new IP. So Milestone improved themselves as well. Trying to bring all this stuff that the community wants. So they're not resting on their laurels. I think that shows with Valentino Rossi the game where they could have done the same old thing, but they saw up Valentino Rossi, they brought a new experience with career mode. And as I said, despite getting samey now at the end of season 2, I think they've done as good a job as they could. With it being an eerie iteration, they couldn't, push the boat too much. But they tried to, including, rallying, flat track riding, which was pretty fun. They're pretty difficult to get used to at first as well. So, even though the bikes perhaps going to be unrealistic, how we going to ride them in flat tracks, from what I've seen. I think, Milestone, hats off to them for at least attempting a career mode like this, encapsulating all that Rossi did as well into career mode, and with the academy it being the basis. They're working with the man as well, with the game modes. They could have put so much less into this game, but they didn't. They pushed themselves, Milestone, in this game. So hats off to them, despite all the shortcomings that they have. Yeah, I get a 2-second penalty. That's the time we do go left into the pit lane. But do we do the best time? I don't think we did, even though that run felt pretty good. Let's see how we come second due to that time penalty. No! Damn you, Rossi. Still last. To get some reputation VR points, improve some skills slightly. Let's here we are for the final race, I believe, the rally. Can we win the stage though? When you hold it heads up high in the last Monza Rally.
Right 4 into hairpin left.
So yeah, props to Milestone for attempting this, but yeah, it just feels a bit a bit rushed as well in the end. Trying to fit so much stuff in. Going to make it all good. And as I said, with flat track, maybe need more time with the hand in with that bike there. But as I said, they got previous experience of rallying, and this rally car, it does feel pretty similar to what they had in the WRC games. I haven't played much of Seb Loeb Rally, so I don't know how it feels compared to that, but yeah, compared to the WRC games, I can definitely see where they got the handling model from. And with the graphics of the car as well, where they got the interior design as well, very similar looking. Sounds are similar as well. So that's slightly disappointing that they perhaps didn't do so much, but again, they had to fit so much into this game. What they tried, they really did try to push the boat out. And yeah, maybe time was just against them in the end. As I said, props for them attempting, and this Monza Rally is pretty fun, even though, as you can see, I'm messing it up. Something a bit different from what I've tried in the past as well, having a rally round a race circuit compared to out in the wilderness. Only really compares to the super special stages that they have in the WRC games. And Milestone didn't make the best WRC games as well. I think Kedeton have already matched them with their second effort, and looking to improve upon that as well. WRC 7 in the autumn. Can't wait for that game either. Another game you can expect to see on this channel. There's going to be so many racing games you're going to see on this channel now that I've actually probably decided to. It's going to be a playthrough channel as well as talking about World Motorsport with Power Oversteer. So there's so much stuff to show you. Like in this game, I've only shown you a fraction of the game. Showing you the Valentino Rossi World events as well. Fantastic feature having Rossi speak about it as well. Again, they could have just put them into the game without having Rossi involved, but they did. And they're actually pretty nice, those real events, even though a couple of them could have been lasted a little bit longer, I feel. A couple of ones that did last longer perhaps should have been shorter, so...
Into left 5 cut. Into right 4 minus 500.
Now, especially that Laguna Seca one. I really did wish that was a few laps. Instead of like a lap and a bit. I was really disappointed with that one. And also the last one as well, building it up.
Double chicane.
You're gonna win on the Yamaha for the first time as Rossi. No, you're only gonna do like the last lap. Like, oh come on. Make it like a 5 lap race. So yeah, that's slightly disappointing, but again, 4 marks for trying. I think that's probably the whole gist of this game. 4 marks for trying, but get rushed in areas. Same old shortcomings. So overall the game's good, but really could have been better with more time, more polish, with a new engine as well. It would have been brilliant if they eats the deal for the Unreal 4 engine with this game. That would have been fantastic at the launch of this game, how much they got on show. And that would have really shown how much Monza have improved from even a couple years ago. Like I said, Ride 2 seems to be in the changer for them. As we've got a second half penalty now. I know you could see the improvement before them with the MotoGP games. With MXGP, with that year last year in 2016, with so many games coming out. With Seb Loeb as well. Going to be in their final chapter in rallying perhaps, along with this game. I know they're doing gravel, so you never know. But it looks to be more about off-road racing. You know, like you'll see in Dirt 4. So we'll see with Alston. It'll be good to see them have another crack at an IP. Look how successful Ride has been. And they're not giving up on off-road racing as well. We're back to Valentino Rossi again. So career mode, I think we covered that. Most having the assistant really didn't have much as well with Sarah. It's a bit like Gavin Emmett. He's there. It's good to see he's there, but they haven't really given much of a role, have they? They need something like interview the rider after the race, like they did with F1 2010. You know, with the F1 games with Cody's. They need something like that to really bring Gavin Emmett into it. I like with David Crawford and Davison, they're trying to do with the F1 games, trying to make them the introduction and the end of the event. You don't really get that with Gavin Emmett. You get him as the introduction, but not the end. So, yeah, maybe they've just got to give Gavin Emmett more to work with in the game. So we're 6th. And no, we don't finish last. We're up to 11th in the final results. So Rossi wins, of course, the rally. So improve our rotation and VR points, and improve our skills, physical condition up to 93. As now we do the Masters Show, the head-to-head. We did not do very well in our first attempt at this, so can we do much better this time around? So we look at the Ford Fiesta, perhaps the final time. Let's go.
100. Small left hairpin into small hairpin right.
So I was saying I talked about the criticisms of the game. Talked about career mode. About the real events for Valentino Rossi. What about everything else in this game, you know? Talked a bit about the flat track. As I said, need more polish. Talked about the rallying.
Hairpin left. Into right 2. Into left 3.
And you know, the rallying, the criticisms I can have of this rallying is the same we can have of the VR46 basically, with the sounds, with the navigator. I'll be co-driver.
100. Left 2. Into right 2. 100. Right 2.
So yeah, hopefully I have the
150.
better sounds in gravel as well for the off-road vehicles, like they're trying to do with MotoGP 17. And this I haven't really improved that much with GP3, but then, as I said, they're trying to add things to that game.
Tightens into left 3, into right 3, into small hairpin right, into small left hairpin.
It's on this first lap. We're leading still. I'll take that.
Small left hairpin, into small hairpin right.
And then I totally make a Horlicks of the next hairpin. God damn it.
Into right 5, into left 5, 50.
And I haven't tried out too many of the other game modes in this game, apart from what I've mentioned.
Into right 4.
You know, you still have like time attack, good called classic game mode.
Hairpin left.
Haven't played much of online as well, so I can't comment too much on that. Just because there's no one playing it.
Keep left.
Now,
Single chicane.
of course, with the game being near the end of its life cycle.
300. Bridge.
Which is a huge shame. And I said that feeds into earlier about their push for esports with GP17 with online play as well. Hopefully that works and we can play online. As I said, they've done a decent job in the past with it.
150.
Just need to build it. And it looks like they're trying to do that with GP17. And the community, as I said, needs to do their part as well. But it shouldn't totally be on the community.
100. Tightens into left 3, into right 3, into small hairpin right.
But you also have in
left hairpin.
Valentino Rossi, apart from his real events, is the Rossipedia. Not a lot,
Bridge.
to
100.
be honest.
100.
Perhaps could have done slightly more on that as well. Migno's
Small
past
hairpin
us.
right.
But again, it goes into a bit of the rush nature of what I feel like is some aspects of this game.
Right 5, into
Cramming
left
so
5,
much in.
50.
I haven't tried the real events either for
Into
MotoGP,
left 3.
so I'll try that after this.
Into left 6.
That'll finally finished
150.
career mode
Left.
and see what that's like.
Into right 2, into left 3.
So there also seems to be something with the AI in
Single
the
chicane.
Masters event where they really pick up their pace on the second and third lap.
300.
It's like on the first lap, they're just trying to pull you into a false sense of security, aren't they?
Right 2.
Oh, you're leading, are you? But look at this. Well, so I totally crash and probably have cost myself the win.
150. Hairpin left. Into keep left double chicane opens.
I know I'll be crash again. God damn it.
100.
So interesting to see what the real events are like for 2015 and 2016.
Small hairpin right. Into small left hairpin.
Oh, there we go. That's definitely cost us the win. I would have thought. Yeah,
100.
Migno's by.
100.
Lost by a couple of seconds. So not a great end to our four-wheeled adventure in Valentino Rossi the game, as we lose by 3.5 seconds. Give us our prizes for final position. And we improve our cornering and braking, even though we had none of that in that event.
Hi guys, next week we are going to race at the Enduranch. You remember, right? I really want to see if any of you can get ahead of me.
So here we are at the Moto Ranch for the Enduranch. Race 12 laps, where we alternate with Rossi. There are rider changes, and I think it's pretty appropriate how we now talk about flat track riding in the game. And I do love this race. This is one great addition, even though I'd say, you know, flat tracks, that's not handling the best. That's the improvement hill there. A little bit rushed. First person's pretty good as well. I'd say it's a bit like the MXGP games. First person, again, FFE might be a bit too tight for real battling. For some folks. I totally forgot. I can change the gear with B now. We are doing an MXGP thing there, doing the old jump. But if you've got what you do in Enduro once, just change right every 3 laps. So I do basically 6 laps. Rossi does 6 laps. But we also play as Rossi. Only time we can do that in the game, in career mode at least, because in the Rossi experience. You play as him. Try and replicate what he did in his career. So you've gone mightily wide and into the barrier. What a terrible first lap. Over 7 seconds behind. Didn't the Monza Rally just really threw me? For some reason, I've totally forgotten how to ride a flat track bike. Look at this. Gone off again. I've given Rossi lots to do. Just see if we can bring it back though. Just look at everyone's like inside me. Into the next right. I'm on the left going into this section. And down again. What? How am I down there? I've been maintaining the revs, so I'm not skidding out. But I skid out. Doesn't it? Once again, there's everyone on the left. I'm on the right, on the inside of the corner. Got so much to do this race. We've got 12 laps. Got lots to just wrap up about this game. For this review episode, final episode of it as well. Do short shift up to 5th. There's everyone waiting on the inside. Rossi must be thinking, what the hell are you doing? Who is this amateur? Why is he still in my academy? And that's one aspect of the game as well, which is a bit weird in MotoGP, where I'm still in his academy, battling him for a title. But again, limitation, what they had to do, the time they had to do it as well, being able to evolve that game mode. So you can perhaps get released of the academy, but do these events as like an invitational rider, but yeah. But yeah, flat track, as I said, that's even more time to refine now and then. I'm say improve perhaps first person as well. So you see my rider shaking with like the bumps and presses, and at least animated. I'm not feeling that. Has we got a time penalty as well? Oh, that's an attempt. That's all right. So we have gained a bit, as you can see on the pack. So we go into the uphill left. Uphill hairpin. Now down the hill. Third. Oh yeah, I really do love this event. Probably my favourite add-on event, I would say, in career modes, this Enduro Ranch race. And perhaps makes adding the flat track's kind of worth it as well. Playing as Rossi. And as Ranch, and having a bit of a longer race length as well. One you can't select or change. Compared to career mode. Well, at least how I've been playing career modes. The 25% races. It's getting used to now riding a flat track again, I think. Oh, that was a good corner. Look at that, with half the gap to Finetti in front. No, we can see the Italian right in front. In first person, it's actually pretty strange riding this bike because it looks like I'm riding it like a road course now. With like smooth lines. It doesn't feel like that when you're in third person, or look like it, but once again, it's all about being smooth, the applications. So we haven't given Rossi too much to do now. And it's like they're right at the back of the field now, caught up. As he got his father in 10th. That's the other Rossi in this race. Nice to see. So he did the fastest out by 49.5. Got to change our rider. Had to go wide though. So had someone on our inside. As you can see, AI bit slow going into that as well, so we make up some time there. So that's not great to see. As here goes the transponder action. Oh yeah, you got to applaud the transponder action, Kev Camelot. Then you can see we lose some time as well in the exit. Maybe our transponder guy's not as good as the others. I'll change the transponder there, but here we are as Rossi. Everything's just so smooth with him, as he is like perhaps the best rider in the game, I feel. Or is the best rider in the game. I mean, why would you not be the best rider in your own game? But almost going to the back of that rider. Dive down his inside though for 10. Or not. We've got the outside line, got to run out the corner. So yeah, that's my talk about for that track. Need some improvements, needed some time, it's perhaps for refinement, especially for the handling model. But overall, nice addition to the game, I'd say. And off-road bikes. Same with the Yamaha R1M, which is not really used much in the game. Have the odd race around Misano. But it's just a nice addition and sounds a bit better than the MotoGP bikes as well, I'd say. Still not the best sounding thing, a bit too overcompressed sounds, but as well we're having a battle here. Around the outside. There we go, managed to hold on to 8th now. Well, yeah, the Yamaha is a pretty nice bike to ride. It's a bit like the Moto2 bike, I feel, in between Moto2 MotoGP. Let's beg Nias down. But once you get used to the bike, yeah, it is very satisfying to ride. Yamaha R1M. It's a shame it wasn't used more around the different circuits as well, but again, maybe limited to how to use it in real life. I think at least you can ride it in, by yourself, like practice. On different circuits than Misano. Let's all go slightly wide. Accidentally put it down the first there. That's maybe why. There we go, dive down the inside. Didn't work at all. Get up to 7th, and there you can see in that tight right hairpin. Again, just an AI nuance, which is a bit annoying to see. Within nice to get rid of, being extremely slow up the hill. Good on the inside there. And go wide. God damn it. So difficult to make a pass in this section. Again, there's another AI nuance where they're a bit slow. But yeah, Yamaha won it. All the add-ons are pretty nice this game. Apart from the RC cars, I haven't tried them yet. See what they're like. Well, apparently they're pretty good for RC cars as well. So everything Milestone added to the game had value to it. Added new experiences as well. So with the kitchen sink thrown at this game, all these different modes, it does pay off. Even as I said, there's downsides to him as well. Got Chad Reed in front. Oh, we hit Reed. I'm sorry. Oh, we're down. We deserved that for hitting Chad Reed. Go. Got a bit slow getting away. But for some reason we've got in the mid-pack and now we're struggling. It's a bit like MXGP all over again. Off-road bike. Struggling to get through the field for some reason. Even as Rossi. But we'll see with the changeover now. The Kev Camelot we can do better. So at least we're battling forward top 5. Battling at the front of the field. There we go, cheeky pass into the changeover. And yeah, it's good to see with the rain stuff as well that Yoso, get around Mazzano. Even the drifting has value. I forgot to mention the drifting before, but yeah, even that has value, and I don't mind it in the game, even though, as I said, it's perhaps the most undefined added aspect to the game. That Mustang, but as we get, whoa, we got shoved wide. Get shoved back, mate. We get into sit. Got Martin and Bodega. Back in front, that is Guy Martin, the one and only Prince of Road Racing. Or motorcycle road racing, shall I say. Someone's got a bit of a lead, is it? At the front. Oh, nicking down the inside, but there you go. Gonna push the teenager slightly wide. That's another good thing about the academy being in career mode, is that I get to learn these riders and learn their names. So I think I'll push Martin wide. Yeah, I'm just pushing everyone wide. Camelot letting that angle of losing out on the world title seeding through here. This Enduranch race as you've got Martin past Marini, and then we're past Guy. And now we're chasing down the leader up into second. Coming out charging like he did in the second half of the MotoGP season. We've got Romano Fenati, who in real life actually got let go from the Sky from the Valentino Rossi Academy midway through the season as we auto driving. What? Why are we auto riding? What the hell? That was so pointless. Why? Okay, so we've gone through pit lane 1 too many times. Going wide. Oh, awful run. Into the back straight. As we do have the motocross legend as well, the Italian in 8th, battling with Morbidelli. It's got Tibaldi in front in 5th, and we're hoping to take a top 5. Maybe even as soon as the right-hander. Here we are up into 4th. Past Bodega, got Marini and Martin in front. Of course, still got Fenati leading. So we bash our way up into 3rd. Oh, not into 2nd again. We touched the darling Prince. That time of road racing, of course, we touched Chad Reed before. We're learning our lesson against legends of other sports, aren't we? Other disciplines of motorcycle racing. We shouldn't mess with them, because then we get instant karma in this race. So instant, I had to say it twice. as I accidentally went down the first. To get that crowd going wild on the outside. Next up, we're going to do our final rider change of the race. But I remember in the first Endurance, it was actually a pretty boring race, so I was leading for most of it, so it's good to have a challenge here. Let's go down the inside as well, we get some more time penalties, added another 10th on. Go side by side, wheel to wheel, handlebar to handlebar with Martin, and Venati virtually brakes checks up there. Bash away past Venati, that's what you did in real life. Mano. That's perhaps what he did as well. As I said last year, he got let go for an altercation. So you do take the lead. Hits up another time penalty slightly there. He seems to have found his feet this year. 2017, his last chance in Moto 3, really, it feels like. Well, he has to stay up to Moto 2. But he's got to win that title, I think, Mano. Looks like he's doing a decent job, at least being in the hunt, even though Juan Mir, another young Spaniard who's pretty quick, doing an exceptional job in his second season. Moto 3. So it might be hard for Fanart to finally win that Moto 3 title. Bit of a veteran in that class now. So is John McPhee, the wee McPhee as well, the Brit. He's having a pretty good time with it. So before perhaps his last season before stepping up. So we go rider change time now. The final time in the Enduro Ranch race. The final time this season, we're riding into Kev Camelot. And now we're putting in the swap to the Dr. Valentino Rossi. But to sum up my thoughts on Valentino Rossi, the game, nice try, kitchen sink thrown, appreciate most of the game modes, they're drifting, not my favourite, so, and I said perhaps the most undercooked game mode had it, but they all had something, they all had value, even though there's not much drifting as well, the Mustang. Kind of handles like the BMW did when we had that safety car a few years back. MotoGP 14, that Mustang, so they really need to change up the physics there, but they all add value, but they all feel, you know, copy pasted from, as I said, milestone games from the past, all their previous experiences. So we've got almost 4-second lead. So that time penalty is not going to amount to nothing really. So yeah, it's just a good game. Could have been better. As I said, there's still game modes to explore for myself. Lots of them. The RC cars, world events, 2015, 2016 with the MotoGP bikes. Even some Rossi stuff as well. You can set. You got like time trial against him basically. Try and set the times on bikes he's ridden in the past and beat his times around tracks. And then he also sets a challenge as well after like Grand Prix weekends where you got to beat him. Oh, it's Antonetti. That's Chad Reed for a second. What the hell? So yeah, so much content in this game. Fantastic to see more time. It's just, if this was from MotoGP 17, as I said, had another year of development, and was with the new engine Unreal 4, I've no doubt it would be a fantastic game. But you know, on this kind of old engine, the old problems probably helped to make this game and chuck so much in it due to having, as I said, previous experiences. Probably still got some of the code left over, which are good, you know, and assets which would help them to realise this game. But yeah, good effort from Milestone, and I can't wait to see what they do in 2017. As what they've shown so far looks pretty good, as I said, with the improved sounds, game modes, especially online as well. Being in e-sport, I know it's the buzzword, but it's got Dorna support. I believe it's the first kind of federation that's backing it as well. I know FI is kind of helping with GT Sport, but having the actual promoter behind, you know, the series that's doing it, or official game for a series, that's pretty damn cool. So best of luck to Monza Rally and Enduranch esports. But yeah, I'm here for the single player mainly, these games, and so I hope the online community builds your SEM team with all their effort. I hope single players improved as well with the Red Bull Rookies Cup, no longer being DLC, being in the main game. And also managing teams as well. So there's a bit of a manager aspect in the game. So you might never get like a motorsport manager game with Milestone, but that's perhaps the closest we will get. So looking forward to what that adds to the game. And again, the UI seems to be massively improved once again, and looks so clean, so good. Hopefully with, as I said, improving some tracks as well, details. 60 FPS for the first time. So hopefully you won't see what you're seeing in some of the recordings of Valentino Rossi game, where the frame rate kind of lags behind what I'm recording. Hopefully it'll be nice and smooth, good and well optimised as well, really pushing that engine to the limit before they move on to Unreal 4. And then I can't wait to see what they do with Unreal 4 with, you know, the MotoGP games, what they're doing with gravel, what they're doing with MXGP 3 as well. As I'm recording this, about 4 days before MXGP 3 gets released. Cannot wait for that game. I hope you're enjoying the content I'm showing you as well. As this video is probably coming out after showing you some of MXGP 3. And the last thing I forgot to mention about this game, but I'm having another win, another Enduro Ranch win to end it all. Is that fantastic to see 125 and 250cc bikes in the game, along with 500cc as well. And in pretty nice, seeing old circuits as well, like Assen and the South African track as well. So yeah, fantastic to see those details in the game as well, as we won by 16 seconds from Fanati and Antonelli. Then Taboldi and Sancini, is that how you say it, in third. Then Guy Martin, Chad Smith, the Invitational team in fourth. But there you go, Migno in fifth. Marini and Scabai in sixth. And Antonio Caroli and Thomas, I believe that's the motocross team, in seventh. And that's Chare. Then Franco Morbidelli and Lorenzo Baldassari in eighth. Grazie Rossi, the father, in ninth. The original Marco Belli alongside him. Then Federico Fellini, Mattia Piscini in 10th, the Moto2 rider. Then Celestino Benetti and Marco Breccelli in 11th, and Dennis Foggia, Francesco Bagnaia rounding out the finishers and competitors in 12th. So what an end to our time in Valentino Rossi game, grabbing another win, giving my thoughts on the game as well. I said nice to see the old content as well, 125, 250cc's and some old tracks as well. I hope to see that continued in MotoGP 17 and in future MotoGP games, perhaps with the Unreal 4 engine, help them model those older bikes a bit better as well, even though they're pretty fun in this game. And hopefully add ultra tracks as well. Would love to see more older tracks in the game, like Donington Park and Estoril, which they've had it in the past, and Laguna Seca, Old Assen, that South African track as well, and Wilcom. And then yeah, loads of older content as well, as we are going to go to a new season, and that will be in MotoGP 17. So that's my rounding thoughts in Valentino Rossi the game. Decent game, very solid once again from Milestone. I don't see that next step up with MotoGP 17 for what they've shown, and of course with the new engine with MotoGP 18 and 17 might be a bit of a transitional game for Milestone. But hopefully what they've learned, all they've learned in this engine will provide a fantastic game in MotoGP 17. But I hope you enjoyed our Valentino Rossi the game playthrough with career mode. Didn't quite win the title in the end, and with the classic content as well with the historic events with Valentino Rossi. But thanks for watching, and I will see you MotoGP 17. So I finally took part in one of the challenges in the Valentino Rossi section, where he gives you a time to beat on any bike around any circuit. And as you can see, I completed this week's event round Brno on the Moto3 Sky Italia bike, and as you can see, you get some VR points, decent enough. And then you look at how this improves your ride, and look at all those experience points. Why didn't I do this earlier? I am a fool and an idiot, and so this is why you fully explore the game and do other game modes. But yeah, definitely try it out.